We are Julia and Grace, and for our project, we did the role of body size. An organism's body size provides a variety of advantages and disadvantages for different aspects in that species' life. The size of a species does not necessarily determine its success, but can directly influence how they interact with their abiotic and biotic environment, and have an impact on species fitness and population demographics. Body size and adaptations. The environment an organism inhabits can directly affect their body size. A study done in 2016 found a positive correlation between climate and body mass in rodent species. The rodent population living in colder regions tended to be larger than those living in warmer regions. This phenomenon can be explained by Bergmann's rule, which describes an endothermic species' body size increasing as the temperature of their environment decreases. Those species living in colder climates will tend to be bigger and bulkier due to the greater need for insulation such as fur and body fat. As a result of this adaptation, species that are inhabiting colder regions of the world are still able to thrive in their environment. The size of an organism can have an impact on their level of intimidation on predators. Larger species tend to dominate, as smaller species are more fearful. This explains why species like insects and mice have a lot of predators. Body size and extinction risks. According to a study done in 1998, large-bodied organisms are at a greater disadvantage in their environment due to their small growth rates and thus long recovery times from population crashes. This generates a positive relationship between extinction risk and body size. However, Cook and Hansky argued that smaller-bodied species are more sensitive to environmental fluctuations than the large-bodied ones, and so are more prone to extinction. That leads to a conclusion that medium-bodied organisms are less likely to go extinct. As a response to global warming, a study done suggests increasing global temperatures has had an impact on the body size of terrestrial and aquatic organisms. Recent reports show that there have been changes in body size of certain species which were once much larger. If global warming persists, Cope's rule, an evolutionary increase in body size, will periodically reverse, and we may see a greater occurrence of smaller body sizes. We are Julia and Grace. Body size in relation to reproduction. A study found that male gray seals with a larger body size had a greater endurance and were able to breed for longer periods of time, while smaller gray seals had more success in competing for more females. A large body size provided an energetic advantage of greater endurance, while an intermediate body size may provide greater competitive ability in acquiring consortships. Shape and movement as a result of body size. Most animals with an endoskeleton has its size determined by the amount of skeletal system it needs to support the other tissues and the amount of muscle it needs for movement. So as the body size of those organisms increases, both bone and muscle mass increase too. And then, in order for the organism to get balance and support, there has to be a balance between its overall size and the bone. An example of an organism that has a body shape due to its habitat are aquatic animals. They tend to have a streamlined body in order to reduce friction and enable them to move faster through the water. Metabolic efficiency due to body size. All living organisms must obey the first law of thermodynamics, and therefore a species' body size has an effect on activities such as thermoregulation. For example, smaller ectothermic and endothermic species that live in colder regions require more energy and a higher metabolic rate because they have a lower surface to volume ratio and lose heat faster than a larger species would. In order to maintain an internal body temperature, as well as other physiological processes, the metabolic rate must be higher in smaller organisms to compensate for this energy loss in the form of heat. That concludes our presentation. Thank you for watching.